Stadium, and the Crazies are ready. Here, Jon Scheyer leads the hottest team in the ACC, number 11 Duke. They look for revenge from the signature win of Damon Stoudemire's first. You saw Tyrese Proctor starting for the first time since the first meeting back on December 2nd against Georgia Tech, who controls the opening tap, and away we go. Jackets on a 4-game losing streak, 8-7 overall, 1-3 in the ACC, and the last 3 losses all in ACC action. Bai Dango, is Scheyer said to us afterward, I had to get better as a coach. That's a good sign from Tyrese Proctor.
Proctor coming in, and when he gets his feet up under him in this building, he's shooting over 40% from 3. Got to find him and get to him early.
Call it a long 2, and Nate George answers with a 3. Freshman point guard from Toronto.
The lane for him.
Foster gives it up for Roach. Duke coming off a 22-point win at Pitt. They're up 25 at halftime. Knocked down 9 threes in the first half. Jon Scheyer loved the defense as well. Filipowski plus a foul, and that's 2 on Dango. 2:12 into the game. A guy averaging 12 points. Filipowski the rebound. Duke wants to run. Filipowski backs down. 1-on-1. Filipowski, the drop step and the finish.
One thing we talked about, as good as Filipowski's been, and make him put it on the floor.
Proctor's got him here. And a switch from McCain. Post entry for Gapari. And the youngsters doubled. Got it away to Kawasi Reeves, who knocks it down.
Great pass out of a double team. You want your double teams to be really aggressive and not throw a straight line pass, Skip. It's not bad defense, just a better pass.
Proctor working with Filipowski in the pick and roll. And 2 more for Kyle Filipowski up this.
With Ibi Dewan out of the game and Donga with 2 fouls, Filipowski knows there's not much resistance he's going to get on the inside.
Risky pass. Roach nearly picked it. George moves it. Gapari hoists it and hits. 3 threes early. Offensive rebound, Roach.
He equated it to a boxing match. He says, you know what he thinks their style of play does. They're going to keep everything in front. They'll give that to Filipowski. They don't want him on the inside.
He's got a 3.
Filipowski's also shooting over 45% from 3-point line.
He stood up Kelly. He saved it. Foster pushes. McCain drives and is fouled by Gapari. So doubt that, but he thought that Kyle was
high-level games that he's played in. It's just something that he can relate.
Turned it over. Dango's in the game with his 2 fouls after sitting for about 3 minutes. Shot clock is at 10 for the veteran 5th-year senior guard Kyle Sturdivant off the bench. Moves it for Reeves. Reeves attacks. Oh! On his head.
I think it does.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I mean,
wow.
I know I can't jump that high, or couldn't at any point in my life. So
speak for yourself. Roach knocks it down.
Dongo's in the game now with 2 fouls. Stoudemire's just trying to put some trust and see what his freshman, how he responds. And
pick and roll, and he scores. Where's he best offensively?
I think, and it's a great lineup because Duke puts Ryan Young on a perimeter like this a lot more than throwing it inside for Filipowski.
McCain, no. Young, the offensive rebound. Back out, Foster. Yes.
They're going to put Filipowski in the ball screen. They're either going to take him or switch it.
Sturdivant, tough shot, flip stuck with him. Calls for the post up. Moves it for Roach. Strokes it. Boy, Filipowski's locked in.
He is. He is lit. He's tied for the lead with this team doing that stretch, this winning streak here, and just does an unbelievable job.
In assists, you're saying?
Yes, he has. He's just been so underrated part of his game. We focus so much on the guards, and he's one of the assist leaders of this team during his winning streak.
Big answer from
stay with Duke in this building. Duke's going to push pace and keep a high-scoring game. Georgia Tech doesn't want it to be in the upper 80s or 70s, but they're knocking down threes. They'll be right there.
Proctor got fouled on the drive. Down Peachtree. Eye on your back, not just for this game, the rematch with Duke, but to
challenging a shot without committing a foul.
Abram navigating the pick and roll. Leads at 8 for Duke. TJ Powers in the game as well, the freshman from Massachusetts. Proctor off the glass.
Good to see Proctor getting out there. He's a guy that has so much talent. Was getting some consideration for preseason All-American and hasn't been quite as consistent as you'd like. And
Good handoff there. Sturdivant to Dongo, and he's got 6.
he's just invaluable to this Georgia Tech team. And
shot fake, blow by, and a foul that'll send Kyle Filipowski to the line. They use the pick and roll offensively, and so the Bigs' decision is whether to do the short roll or the full roll, or whether
they're
to make
always
that
looking
skip.
for short roll. They're going for a lob or a short roll.
Got it.
And that's just predicated on their reading the ball screen coverage. With Filipowski, they're trying to keep him in drop coverage like they're in now.
Yep.
And
so
watch
he
the
drops.
Yes. And
Short roll, move it to the corner.
move to the opposite corner. That's
Kapari a 3.
that is what Georgia Tech.
Jackets only down by 5. Kapari off the bounce. 3-on-2. Foster. Proctor. Attacks. Scoops. Can't finish. Another offensive rebound and a Kapari to DePaul as well before starting out at UMass.
Wanted to start him because from a physical standpoint, than earlier today.
No Dongo on the floor right now for Georgia Tech. Kelly hits it
Kelly's lucky there was no
in this first half with 6 to go.
bit of ball screen again.
For the freshman point guard, Nate George. Turns around from the elbow, gets the roll.
He's the guy, I think.
11 assists Tuesday against Notre Dame, the most by a Yellow Jacket in about 15 years. Filipowski, face up, spin move, rolled out, got his own miss, and gets fouled. Dealing with some issues here.
Where they were just crushed on the glass a little bit. And
On Miles Kelly. George, Kelly, Coleman, Dewana, and Reeves, the 5 for Damon Stoudemire. Kelly a step back. His second 3.
Filipowski bailed Dongo out.
Pick and roll again, and Dewana missed it. Dukes over its last 9, trying to find a bucket here. And the foul goes against Georgia Tech.
And clog up the lane. And that's been taken away with the foreground, to be more effective on the offensive end of the floor, and it just quite hasn't had that starting lineup prior to tonight's game.
So Foster sits right now. Young's in. He's coming off one of his most used games of the season. Jon Scheyer said it was one of his best games of the year. George got bumped and will shoot.
And trying to score like he did here and drawing a free
To ACC gymnastics. Yeah, when you talk about Filipowski drives and forced one up.
A lot of contact there. Filipowski was looking for the call.
Coleman banks one in, and Georgia Tech's got the lead.
Debo Coleman getting the early hours, banking hours here, putting the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets up 3.
Junior from Memphis. Now 4 guys for the Jackets with at least 2.
A little bit more, Wake Forest.
I thought that was pretty good.
I was called perfect lob.
Reeves, tough shot. Filipowski the rebound. He's got 14 and 7 and took a shot to the back of the head. Roach, good move to get to the rim.
Dongo's got to be careful with that. A freshman mistake reaching in on the perimeter.
Free throws. They've knocked down 10 of them. And
Sessions left in the game, or you can rest your guys and get them ready and not pick up that thought.
Meyer with us earlier today expressed a lot of confidence in his group going into this matchup, even though they're on the 4-game losing streak. George, little floater, rolls around and down.
But his aggressiveness alone elevates the play of the Yellow Jackets.
McCain off the screen, sticks it.
He's made during his winning streak since he's been asserted in the lineup is his ability to attack you off the bounce and finishing the rim in that mid-range J like he showed you there.
7 straight in double figures. George draws a foul on Jalen Blakes. And he, like Marcus Burton at Notre Dame, has a...
Every team goes after him. He takes care of the basketball. He finds his teammate.
George springs to it. Only blemish for him tonight. He's 1 of 4 at the free throw line. Tech down 1. Coleman at the elbow. Puts the Jackets back in front. Jon Scheyer wants a timeout.
Turn it over a lot. Their turnovers just seem to be, there's never a good time to have a turnover. Great pass there. They just seem to have them at the wrong time in critical possessions. Because of how much Mark Mitchell means to this team. You know, you're going to miss a player like that on the defensive end of the floor alone.
Roach splits. Jackets can hold for the final shot of the half. Yeah, Mitchell had just been starting to play his best basketball of the season. We saw him against Notre Dame with his first career double-double, and now unable to go today. Jon Scheyer came over to us during shoot-around. He said, smallest lineup in Duke basketball history.
He did. A great job. Watch what Duke's doing right now. They're going to try to ghost the screen, and great job in countering it.
George comes up empty to close the first half. Foster got it off. And that does it for the first.
Will he wear down? And some of these guards are, you know, for Duke, the Blue Devils have to get themselves going. And I think it starts with number 5. Proctor is the guy that we know has got All-American consideration.
Here's Filipowski, part of that starting 5. He scores on the
rest of it needs to be, because they're trying to give everything to Filipowski, and that's fine. Sometimes you just got to play.
Big block by Jafar Gapari on Filipowski. Kelly was the trailer down the lane, and he got fouled by Kyle Filipowski.
Concerned because I think they're not attacking with their attack off the dribble, play with each other, switching on
2 minutes without getting a shot.
One thing young guys got to realize is the defense is going to dictate who gets the ball or who gets the shot, because they want to take you out of it. They're going to take you out of it.
Reeves down the lane, 2 more.
Filipowski, and Roach has 13 points, and again, he's the guy that settles this group down. He's a leader of this group, and
he goes under, so he got switched on to Dongo, made the catch and scores in traffic.
And lobs it over the top. He knows they're going to switch. He's so far advanced in what he sees, and it helps that your coach is a great point guard.
Gapari, another block on Filipowski, and the lob!
Good as Filipowski is and all the great attributes he has, he's not an above-the-rim guy. He's not a lob guy.
I'll pick and roll at this end for Duke offensively. Again, sticking with that same 5 out of the timeout, and Jared McCain scoops to the cup. He's got 5.
That's what you got to do. If you got 4 guards essentially on the floor, and literally 4 point guards at that, there needs to be more dribble drive penetration, put pressure on the rim, spray the ball out, shoot threes, and continue to drive. Like
so
this.
Filipowski in drop coverage here, and that short roll is there. Stirred. And the rebound down to Kelly. Jackets by 6. Dongo sets the screen for Kelly. Another pocket pass, and Dongo scores again. So what do you do if you're Duke against balls to rebound? And because of that pick and roll offense, Georgia Tech at 8-7 on the season, 1-3 in the ACC. They've got an 8-point lead here on Duke.
Same thing again here. See, they're just going to keep the ball in the middle of the floor, and that's it. I mean, it's just it's. I know people are watching saying, "Hey, you just top. What do you switch?" Then you got Dongo on you got Filipowski on the guard.
Filipowski steps out, hits his second 3.
Filipowski, just go out and play.
There's a block for Blakes on Kelly. Duke runs, Roach the catch, and the finish and a foul.
Sense of urgency there from this Duke crowd getting in this game as well.
As well as Blakes. Dongo, the stud freshman, sets the screen for Sturdivant. Filipowski the pick. Filipowski, Euro to the cup.
You're going to expect it's not going to change. Middle ball screen, pocket pass, or George getting in and shooting the layup.
A bounce for Claude, and now Reeves. McCain didn't bite. Tough shot, Kawasi Reeves.
He's a tough guard. He really is. Shoots the 3, puts it on the deck, playing with a ton of confidence.
They had 14 in the first meeting, knocked down 4 threes. Filipowski wide open. Hits.
And Blakes is in the game, and look at Duke now. Now they're getting physical into the ball, creating turnovers.
Another one. Roach Blocked by Reeves, but followed by Young. And Duke leads.
Look at the defense now. Talking and communicating. Look at it. Look at the ball screen defense getting through the screens. Can't go under.
Dongo, good cut, Claude. Second effort draws a foul.
To their options of reading the ball screen coverage and ended up drawing a foul. That last run before the Duke timeout was a big.
They sag off of Claude, so he goes handoff with Kelly in the corner. Blake's dogging the top scorer for Georgia Tech. Kelly, tough floater.
Great job.
Turned over on the inbounds by Kelly. Roach lays it in. 4 second-half turnovers, plus a block all over just these last few minutes for Georgia Tech. George had a roll-off. Offensive rebound for Claude and a fresh 20. Moves it for Coleman. Sticks it.
Great job. We talked about it. Now, because of that penetration of getting to the rim, Duke bigs rotate over, can't clean up the glass, and we talked about it. The best time to get a three is off an offensive rebound, because if you don't have it right away, you're catching the defense in a mismatch.
Young with a head fake, and he scores. Jackets by 2. Georgia Tech's trying to get into its offense here. Here's Kelly, 10 points, 10 rebounds. Scores another one.
They're just putting them in again, and we're going to say it till Duke stops it. But again, another middle ball screen, and Duke now doesn't know what to do. They backed off, guards and turned the corner. When they rotate over, they've laid it off for the big, or they've kicked it out for 3.
Proctor got free. Hits!
Guys are making plays and making shots.
Tyrese Proctor had scored just 3 points total his last 2 games. Claude, met at the rim by Filipowski. And now 8 minutes to go. Second meeting between these teams this year. Georgia Tech won by 4 on the flats in the ACC opener. Nate George for 3. He's got that.
And he's such a really good facilitator. Those shots from 3 and mid-range will be there for him anytime he wants.
Filipowski answers. Back and forth we go. Wow.
Stepping up in big moments and making shots.
27 for Kyle Filipowski. He's hit 4 of 5 from deep. Kelly has a response. Boy, those runners.
Mine, and Mark's like, nah.
Proctor, right out of the timeout, ties it.
The Young there, and lost that battle.
Filipowski wants it. Drives on Reeves. Kicks for Proctor. He's got another. This last weekend. Stop teasing us.
Yes.
They know what he's capable of. Guy who was projected as a lottery pick by many entering this year. Shot fake. Dish. Young.
Top ball screen.
Around the Filipowski screen. Proctor keeps it. Jacks another. Came up short. Battle on the boards. Proctor. Young is fouled. Filipowski kept it. Young and number 20 North Carolina in Chapel Hill. Right here on ACC. So it's George, Claude, Dongo, Reeves, and Kelly, the 5 for the Jackets. Kelly thought about a deep one.
Yeah, that was a mix-up in the defense.
Claude with the shot clock winding down. Back to Kelly. Hawked by Foster, who fouls him. The thing with me is, I have a short-term memory.
Big concern when there's a non-contact, element, and you don't have to run offense for him. You just look at this move here. Finding ways.
Proctor with a fall away that rolls off. Tech with numbers. George feeling it. Knocks it down. How about the freshman Nate George?
At the bottom, they're just no easy games.
Roach sits. He was on the court for 59 seconds after returning. Filipowski got his own miss. had it blocked, but a tip is down for Filipowski. He's up to 20.
Turnovers have hurt Georgia Tech at some point. Critical turnovers during the season, and let's see if we can get this middle ball screen going and read the weak side with this lineup. And they got shooters in the corners now.
Young in the drop coverage. George gets it to go, and a foul.
Guard play.
Distributing this year, but tonight at Cameron, playing here for the first time, he's got a new season high with 17 points, and he's made it a 1-point game.
This is a gym where stars are made. Not just for Duke, for visiting teams as well. Gives you a confidence boost when you can come in here and get a W.
Filipowski going to work on Dongo. Filipowski is fouled by, as soon as we are done here, still to follow in our trip.
He's been downright dominant.
Split.
The way he's played, you can't be upset about the look.
Proctor initiates with Jeremy Roach, the captain, still sidelined. Filipowski for Young underneath.
Mistake defensively there, trying to double. You never want to double when your offensive player is facing you. He saw it coming. Ryan Young did a great job putting his head underneath the rim, and one of the best passing bigs finds him in the paint.
He's got a season high 10. Kelly turns it over. Need a stop if you're Georgia Tech, and Duke will be content to soak seconds.
Big defensive possession here by the Yellow Jackets.
Filipowski creeps up, sets the screen for Proctor. Pick and pop. Drive it on Dongo. The pass for Young, and he's swatted by Dongo. Jackets down 4, inside of a minute. Coleman for Dongo. And now George. Dongo. Tough shot altered by Filipowski. Got a foul. Got a foul if you're Georgia Tech.
Two possession game, you got a foul.
Bench is signaling for it. They haven't to this point, so now they sag off. I mean, with 10 seconds separated.
He was too. You didn't want to have to foul with him because he would foul out. Here making it a six-point game.
Proctor's good on both. A massive second half awakening for Tyrese Proctor has spurred Duke. 6-point game, 15 seconds to go. George for Dongo. The finish with 10.3 left. Down to a 4-point game. And
Every night.
For Georgia Tech, you want to foul Foster.
Got a foul.
They go into McCain, and 3.5 seconds come off before they foul a guy who's only missed in a row. The George 3. Good look.
How to win is a step. It's a process. It isn't an overnight thing, even in the transfer portal era.
Ahead to Reeves at the horn, and that does it. Duke survives Georgia Tech at Cameron, and the winning streak is now 8 for the Blue Devils.
Great job there, keeping it up. Filipowski showed you why he's an All-American, but nothing for the Yellow Jackets to hold their heads down. They competed and played well.